Obviously, since we last met with you, the bodies have been removed from the wreckage. We have removed a total of 3. As far as we know right now, the wreckage that you see that remains is going to have to remain on site until tomorrow. There's still one other agency, the National Transportation Safety Board, is on their way here, but probably won't be here till the morning. And obviously, they're going to still have to do their investigation. Again, unless anybody else has anything to add, I'm sure we can answer questions. But
3 adults, Chief. Was this in fact an Angel flight, as we were told by the FAA?
To the best that we can determine, 3 adults. Sorry, 3 adults with a fatality. That's correct. And again, we have heard the same thing, that it was an Angel flight. But again, I'm not sure if we have 100% confirmation on that.
Was there a distress call that ever came? Were you able to get that?
Not to my knowledge. Not that we're aware of.
Headed to or from Boston?
We believe it was headed toward Boston. We believe the flight originated out of New York.
Have you been able to piece together any of the events that happened from the time the plane was doing fine in the air till the time it took the nosedive?
I could only add that I was about a half mile away from my cruiser when I heard the plane go overhead, heading northeast, and it was very low clouds at the time, probably 700 feet. And I couldn't see the plane. I heard him, and then it sounded like he was coming back toward me in the general direction of Mansfield Airport, which is southwest of this location. And the plane just did a nosedive straight down and impacted the pavement near the parking lot.
Deputy, can you characterize the sound you were hearing? Was the engine sputtering at all, or it sounded like even flight?
It was still going. It was still going, and for whatever reason, and that's for the NTSB and FAA to decide, but it just went straight down out of the cloud and right into the parking lot. Fortunately, didn't hit any buildings, and no people were traveling in the parking lot because there's a busy area here. Nobody else was injured.
Deputy, your name, please.
Alan Krajcik, Krajcik.
Thank you.
Talk about the response.
The pilot made some sort of a maneuver to get into this isolated area?
I couldn't tell you. From when I first heard it till when I saw it, he did maneuver, he turned. Yes, but I don't know what was going on inside the cockpit at the time. And being an IFR flight, they would have been in touch with Boston Approach. So that's going to be part of the investigation as to what if anything, was being communicated by the pilot.
Gentlemen, you were doing a wider debris field search. Can you update us on that, please? What have you found in the wider search?
The propeller was found up on the embankment of the woods behind us.
Talk about the response from different agencies altogether.
Tom, do you want to speak on that?
Obviously, there was a number of agencies involved, from the local agencies here to Mass DEP, Mass State Police, to the FAA, and obviously the National Transportation Safety Board has been contacted, and they are en route. I believe that they're responding from Miami, but again, they'll be here tomorrow morning.
What can you tell us about these 3 individuals?
Nothing whatsoever, to be honest with you.
We really can't tell you anything about them right now until next of kin is notified, so I'm sure you all understand that. But we really can't tell you too much about it.
You do have the identities of the individuals?
Yes.
We have a tentative identity.
Where are they from?
They came out of New York.
At this time, we cannot confirm.
Chief, can I ask maybe the deputy a question? The propeller being in the woods, now I'm not the pilot, would that indicate impact, or could that indicate a malfunction with that piece of equipment?
I couldn't say.
About how far from the wreckage was the propeller found?
Probably 50 yards, approximately.
Is that the furthest piece of debris?
I think so, yes.
You're a pilot yourself, right?
Yes.
Do I understand that correctly? What went through your mind as you saw that plane taking a nosedive?
I knew he was in trouble. Obviously, that low altitude and that attitude, nose down like that, that's not a maneuver that they would ever do in an area like this on a day like this.
And did you make an emergency call as you saw it coming down?
I called into the station that a plane had gone down, and then I headed up this way, and I was here about maybe 30 seconds afterwards. But it was fully involved in flames when I arrived, so there's really not much else we could do except to secure the scene.
How close?
That being a 1956 aircraft, is it unusual for an aircraft of that age to be flying?
No.
How close did it come to people? Can you give any estimate of?
I don't know. There were bystanders nearby just watching, but I don't know how close it came.
Did they cooperate? What did you do as far as bystanders?
Yes.
Okay. How many people would you say?
were out in the parking lot at the time?
40 people around. All set, folks?
Could you just tell us whether the aircraft